All right, so here we're looking at equivalent ratios, and we're going to look at how to solve for equivalent ratios. I'm going to show you the two different ways that I teach students, that we teach you guys. All right, the first one is officially called the other way. Um, that is the way that I've determined that this way is going to be called. It's funny that I'm actually teaching you the other way first, which I guess would make it the first way, but we're going to call it the other way. The other way is like when we're checking for equivalent ratios. We try to look and see what we can divide or what we can multiply by to get across here. So in this case, I'm trying to figure out what this x value would be with these two ratios. We have a ratio of 20 to 45, and then we're not quite sure how that's equivalent to what over what to 9. Okay, so 20 to 45 is the same as what to 9. So I'm going to have to look at my 45 to 9. Okay, 45 to 9. How do I get that? How do I change my 45 into a 9? Okay. Well, I look at that and I say, well, you know what? I can divide 45 by 5. Okay. When I do 45 divided by 5, I get 9. So whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on top. Or whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. 20 divided by 5 gives me 4. So these would be equivalent ratios, and then I can let everyone know that my x equals 4. Okay. All right. The other way, or this is the other way. The way that I do it, the way that I find is most helpful, is the method I call the fish method. Okay. And I'll explain after I go through it. I'll explain why we call it the fish method. But really, what that actually means is it's cross multiply. I'll explain why I call it the fish method in a minute. Okay, so the other way to go about doing this is to use cross multiplication. And what cross multiplication actually says is that the cross products are equal. What are cross products? So the cross products here are 9 times 20 and 45 times x. So what that actually means is, according to cross multiplication, 20 times 9 is equal to 45 times x. And then we could just solve for x. However, if we don't want to solve for x because that involves a lot of steps, there's a very quick way to show cross multiplying, and it ends up looking like a fish. At least when I do it, it ends up looking like a fish. All right, so here's my missing value. Okay, my missing value is x. So I'm always going to start with the rate on the side of the ratio with the missing value. So I'm missing this value here, x. So that means I'm going to start with 9. Okay, and I'm going to take that 9 and I'm going to multiply it by 12, because cross multiplying says that I have to do 9 times 20. Okay, so I have to do 9 times 20. So I'm going to go across. When I go across, I multiply, right? And 9 times 20 gives me 180. 9 times 2 is 18, and then the 0 is a 10, so we just add a 0 at the bottom, right? Or in the back. So we have 180. Now, I'm going to go down this way. And when I go down here, I'm crossing a fraction bar. Whenever I cross a fraction bar, that means I'm dividing. Okay, I'm going to divide. So now I'm going to do 180 divided by 45. And I see that I get 4. Well, that answer is going to go here to the x. Okay, so instead of solving that cross multiplication product, okay, we're do it this way. And now the real reason I call it the fish method is because if you see where I start here, I go here, I go here, boom, and I have a little fishy. Cute? Thank you. All right.